population of the Philippines is over 101 million people, and as a rapidly developing nation, has seen an increase in GDP averaging 6.1% from 2011 to 2015. Energy-intensive manufacturing and retail industries are the driving factors of Philippines' economic growth. Given its large population and a rapidly growing economy, the country's energy needs are significant and growing rapidly. The Philippines' most heavily used energy source is coal. This heavy dependence on coal is further apparent by the high number of coal-fired power plants in the country. As of March 2016, there were 32 coal-fired power generation facilities connected to energy grid. These facilities are spread throughout the country, although most of them are in Luzon and Visayas. The number of coal-fired power plants in the country is set to increase by 25 by the year 2030 to keep up with the Philippines' growing energy demands. Besides coal, the Philippines is heavily dependent on natural gas. The Philippines produced 18,791 gigawatt-hour of electricity from natural gas in 2013.
Coal. Coal is a black or dark brown combustible rock made primarily of carbon. It was formed millions of years ago when ferns, plants, and trees died and fell into swamps. The swamp conditions prevented the organisms from decaying completely, and after millions of years of intense heat and pressure, coal was formed. Coal is classified into four main types or ranks based on carbon and heat content: lignite, subbituminous, bituminous, anthracite. The general rule is that the higher the grade of coal, the cleaner it burns and the more versatile its uses. Coal is extracted from the earth through underground mining or surface mining. The choice of mining method is largely determined by the geology of the coal deposit and its distance from the surface. Underground mining currently accounts for a larger share of world coal production than surface mining. Coal can be burned for heating or to produce electricity. To convert thermal coal to electricity, it is first milled to a fine powder, which increases the surface area and allows it to burn more quickly. The hot gases and heat energy produced from combustion converts water into steam to run a turbine and generator. High-quality coal is also a useful raw material. For example, it can be converted to coke for steelmaking. Coal can also be converted to liquid or synthetic gas by advanced chemical processes, making it a possible but costly replacement for natural gas or liquid fuels for transportation. Coal is a highly abundant and cheap energy resource. Coal has powered the industrialization of many nations over history and continues to today. It is a big player in today's energy system, providing 40% of the world's electricity. One major concern with coal is the mining practices used to extract the resource. Ecological impacts and human safety issues, both for workers and neighboring communities, are growing concerns for the industry. Coal is the most CO2-intensive fossil fuel when combusted because it is composed largely of carbon. Coal also contains other elements that cause pollution problems, including sulfur, nitrogen, mercury, and heavy metals. SOx is a leading cause of acid rain, and NOx emissions contribute to smog.
Coal impacts air pollution. When coal is burned, it releases a number of airborne toxins and pollutants. It includes mercury, lead, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, particulates, and various other heavy metals. Health impacts can range from asthma and breathing difficulties to brain damage, heart problems, cancer, neurological disorder, and premature death. Climate change is coal's most serious long-term global impact. Chemically, coal is mostly carbon, which when burned reacts with oxygen in the air to produce carbon dioxide, a heat-trapping gas. When released into the atmosphere, carbon dioxide works like a blanket, warming the Earth above normal limits. Coal impacts global warming. So consequences of global warming include sea level rise, flooding, extreme weather, and species loss. The severity of those impacts is tied directly from the amount of carbon dioxide we release, including the coal power plants.